Good evening and welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the thing show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't find his way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous one. And one of the things when you listen to the Accomac Mama is that we have to support each other. I mean, we can't go around to keep loving everybody and licking everybody else in the mouth when we dog each other out. So what I want to share with you guys, you got to listen to a brother called Aboriginal Power. And since African Americans Ain't Africans started 15 years ago, some of your children have been listening and they've done their homework and they've looked up stuff and they've asked questions and they came to the same conclusion that I came to. That our asses have been lied to since forever. At least before I got here. It's been lying and we believe this dumb shit that these Pan-African puts out. So I would tell you to check out a brother, Aboriginal Power, and he has a piece called Conscious Community Weirdos and Creeps. How Aboriginals became Negro and colored. Check out the work that this brother put down, and it'll let a lot of you know that, damn, we've been had, and it's like, we like it. We cool with it. Because all this dumb shit that we believe makes no sense. And I've been trying to put this point across for the past 15 years, but you don't want to hear it. But this young brother has put out some work that is off the hook. Off the hook. Now, in this piece that he's doing, Conscious Communities, Weirdos, and Creeps, he's just letting you know. Now, I'm sure everybody's been paying attention to the Pan-African community, not just these past few weeks, but the past few years. And if you're a thinking person, which African Americans don't think, keep that in mind. Don't get mad. Don't huff your chest out and all that shit. This is for real. African Americans don't think. You can just tell them something and they'll believe it. And this is what this brother is putting out in his piece, Conscious Community, Weirdos and Creeps. They can just tell you anything. And the African American, I really don't call them African Americans. I call them Nias. They believe anything. And this is what, so here's an example of how they believe anything. I'm in the state of Alabama. So when I see all these people wearing this Alabama stuff, and I just normally wear the high school that I went to in Los Angeles. And they're like, why aren't you wearing Alabama stuff? And I'm like, didn't Alabama stop your grandmother from getting an education? But now you swallowing whatever Alabama puts out, that doesn't make sense to you. That makes sense to you? And the Nia goes with it. He don't care. The African American doesn't think. He doesn't have to. They just tell these shines anything, and they believe it. But what you have to be thankful for is you got some young people. And when I say young people, I mean 40 and under. Because remember, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, when they were killed, they were 39 years old. That was a kick to you saying, if you're 40, you're going to, and you don't know shit, don't try to learn shit because you're finished. because most Negroes over 40 are retarded. So what this brother did, and you got to see this, conscious community, weirdos and creep. It's Umar Johnson, Sinetta, Polite, all these people that you just been licking in the mouth, that's just been lying to your ass, and you just been slurping up everything they've been telling you. Now, I contacted Sinetta about 10 years ago, and I said, brothers, African Americans ain't Africans. Why don't you let me come on your program and prove my point? He didn't. He ran. Like most niggas that want to talk, they can't, because they know what they saying is bullshit. But you, the African American, go with them. My suggestion is keep going with them. Cause y'all, god damn. So with this brother in the conscious communities, weirdos and creeps, he goes through these Pan-Africans and what they say. And I couldn't have done a better job. That's why I'm pumping this brother up. He kills it. What these Pan-Africans have been doing, what these African Americans have been doing, is making sure that you're dumb. That's all they've been doing. That's all they've been doing. Making sure that you're idiots. And you've been going along with it. You play, you get mad when they get mad. You shine when they shine. So let me give you a little briefing on this video before you watch it, because this is one of the videos that is, it gotta be 99.99% truth. So the first time I met this cat, Sinetta, I was in New York, and you know how they had on right across the street from the Apollo Theater, he had all those dead people getting lynched and stuff. And that's when I first met him. And I was like, dude, you think showing a whole bunch of dead people, a whole bunch of dead, what you call black people, to the world? Because remember, New York, everybody goes to New York, especially if they're coming from anywhere on the New York, Africa, anywhere across the pond. They stop in New York. So they're coming to New York, and they seeing this cat. He got all these black folks. And remember, Dubber, Oklahoma says it. That's why they give us this media, because when we take what they say in the media, we project it into the universe, and the universe kicks it back to us. I don't know how the African American doesn't know this. They really don't know anything. And when these people kick this stuff back, and when the universe kicks it back to us, we get kicked in the ass because we the one who sent it out. See the sister, Deborah, Oklahoma, Indigenous sister. You look at her, you can tell she ain't black. She not Negro. None of that. And what these Pan-Africans do, they take whatever they massa tell them, whatever they tell them, and they spit that shit on you. And you, loving your massa too, take it and believe it. No matter how dumb it sounds, we love it. So, conscious communities, weirdos and creeps, how Aboriginals became Negro and colored. And this is where this brother puts this down cold. He puts it down cold. He just shows you how you became Negroes. Because these Pan-Africans and all these cats are teaching you something that somebody told them, shit that they don't even think about. I ain't got to think. And you got this cat Sonnetter. He's not from America. Well, he's technically from America, but he's not from North America. His mama's from somewhere else. Like most people in New York are, their mothers are from the Caribbean. Their fathers are from the Caribbean. And I know a lot of y'all get pissed off, but I can't go to Jamaica and tell those people about themselves. My mother told me that would be rude. I can't go to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and tell those people about themselves. That would be rude. But anybody can come tell you about yourself, and your dumb ass go for it. Anybody. Ain't that what Farrakhan do? Huh? What? Huh? Farrakhan can come tell you all about yourself. But if you ask Farrakhan, hey man, could I go down to Trinidad where your people from and tell the people from Trinidad who they are? They'd kick me out of Trinidad. But you come here telling us all kind of stuff, and listen, seriously, the indigenous people of America, I mean, seriously, y'all, damn, y'all act like it's okay to be dumb. You act like it's cool to be dumb. And these people are leading you. Well, you see, now they're about to let a whole bunch of Afghanistanis come over here and pimp you. And you don't care. Matter of fact, it was you over in Afghanistan had guns on them, like you did in Iraq, like you did in Iran, like you did in Vietnam, like you did in the Korean War, like you did, who was those Tuskegee Airmen, like you did in the Buffalo Soldiers. You always doing shit to other countries, and now all those other countries are back in your land about to pimp your ass, and you cool with it. So this is what I'm saying. The African American, y'all can play dumb all you want, because that's all you do. You can play dumb all you want. So let me give you a couple of things to this brother, because this is not going to be long tonight. So with these cats in the Pan-Africanism, and check it out, because you ever notice that Africans don't claim they're Pan-Africans? You got to check that. All that shit, I didn't know. That's done. That's done. See, American Fire said Caribs aren't our people. Check this out, homie. And this is for real. This is what we have to understand. America stretches from Alaska down to Peru. You got to think the people here, they were going down the Caribbean, they were in the Gulf of Mexico, they was going back and forth to Brazil all the time. They are your people. That's like people in England saying the people in Germany aren't their people. They are their people. But what I'm telling you is the people from the Caribs, how are you going to tell me about the people in Alabama? How are you going to tell me about the people in Mississippi? How are you going to tell me about the people in Arkansas? Because if I go down to Jamaica, I can't tell you about the people in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica because I'm not there. I mean, this is simple shit. This is simple shit. No, American Fire. Listen, brother, you see how the water the ocean goes all over the place. And this was the sister Zena. This sister works in the Hall of Records down in Atlanta. You got people who teaching you stuff, but we don't listen. We take what boss have taught us and try to mix it in what's real. These motherfuckers lying to you every time they open their mouth. You take what sounds good to you and you try to use it. And when you use it, you just confuse your people even more. They had people going down to the Caribbean from America all the time. You don't study your history. You don't find out the history of the people in the Caribbean, what they say about the people of North America, who they were. No, because African Americans don't do that. We don't do that. And then when other people like Pretty Bead with a K tries to tell you, brother, this is not how it is. You don't want to listen. This is what boss told me. Going back to the brother and the conscious community weirdos, just brother Aboriginal power. So what he was saying was, what these Pan-Africans are teaching you is to keep you fucked up, period. I mean, how people still follow Umar Johnson, really, y'all? See, when people from the Caribbean try to come tell you about your stuff, you ought to pick it up automatically. Just like if you go down to Jamaica or you go down to Cuba and try to tell them their history, they're going to be like, what? That ain't how it goes. But you will listen to anybody. You listen to Marcus Garvey. So what the brother says, the Aboriginal power, he's interviewing on his video, they got him interviewing an African. And the African is saying, dude, the people from America aren't African. They're the original people of America. And he's asking this idiot Sam Netter that, brother, you trying to say? Yeah, dude, you're not from here, Sam Netter. Your people aren't from here. Why do you keep trying to yap about shit you don't even know about? Because the Negro will believe anything. So Nicole Allen says Umar Johnson is Cuban. So my question to the African American, and that's Nicole Allen saying Umar Johnson is Cuban. American Fire says Polite is Nigerian. I don't know who Garfield is, but American Fire says Garfield is Jamaican. They all foreigners. So how is the Negro always? I heard a sister today she went over to one of those countries in Africa, fucked the African cat, thought the African cat was going to help her with business. All he was doing was getting some pussy. She got mad because she got had. This is what we do. This is what the African American does. Always trying to lick somebody in the ass and always getting dogged out. This is the African American. African Americans, African American came on board in what, 1987? Right? You haven't heard, you know, people in the 1970s didn't call themselves African American. People in the 60s didn't call themselves African American. That's how they know they can fuck with your mind. They can call you anything and you'll go with it. I mean, I know Negroes in their 60s now. You ask them who were their mothers and grandmothers, they will jump over them and go straight to Africa. Nicole Allen says they want our resources and know that we are easily manipulated. And we are, check this out. Also, we are $76 billion of global support. That's how much we give foreigners. And we won't even look out for ourselves. We won't even take up for our grandmothers and grandfathers. That's the African American. Remember, the African American is duped mentally, psychologically. You notice they always believe dumb shit that they can't explain. So you ever notice how you don't hear the ministers no more? You don't hear them talking. You don't hear the ministers talking because they made complete idiots of the Negro, and they can't. Remember the brother that was, what was the brother that they made a king down in Atlanta? They always got niggas believing this dumb shit. And you pass that down to your children and grandchildren. So when Afghanistanis come over here, your daughters will be hoes to the Afghanistanis. Right, wrong. This is what you do to your children. This is what the civil rights people led their grandchildren to. So check out the video. Conscious Community, Weirdos and Creeps. Brother Aboriginal Power put it out. Standing ovation. Simple information. And this is what's cool about the indigenous communities, these young brothers and sisters who are seeing this shit. They seeing it. I mean, damn. You think the Negro would pat their children on the back because they're finding out there wasn't no slave ships. You would think the African American would pat their children on the back. They don't. They tell them they lying, they crazy. They keep going with the foreigners. And I'm not trying to be an asshole or nothing, but let them. Let them. Because the shit that you got going on now, you're not going to have time to help people because you've been trying to, damn. I mean, indigenous communities been telling these people this for at least 200 years. And we don't listen. We want to integrate. Remember integration. Remember the Negro wanted to integrate. Remember the Negro wanted what they wanted, especially they women. See, brothers want they women. Sisters want they men. Come on, let's stop playing. Sisters want they men. Sisters rather have a baby by they men than you. Can I get a witness? The brother asked, when did Aboriginal Power drop this video? He just dropped it in the past 24 hours. Just pull up Aboriginal Power, YouTube. I mean, he killing it. He killing it. All these foreigners coming over here, Nicole Allen tells you, these Chinese coming over, they can just take, and this is one thing that I know you're not going to believe it, you're going to cry. Remember, all the wigs that these sisters wearing, all these weaves, you never ask. Well, what happens when these sisters put their weaves on? Number one, they don't pick up the rays from the sun that should be going straight into their hair, trapped in their hair, feeding their brains. We don't even talk about that. You ever notice that? One of the major I mean, so the brother was talking about the $76 billion we give to these foreign companies. How much of that you think is in weaves? All this fake shit sisters wearing in their hair. Huh? We don't talk. I don't want to talk about that. Why you gotta talk about that? Huh? This is where we at. You think Koreans come over to the barbers in your community and buy up all the hair and make wigs out of those? See, notice when you ask a Negro something, he always lies. So it's like if you ask a Hebrew Israelite or one of these Negro Christians, well, why in the Bible does it says that two men create a woman? You can give them the verse and everything. They won't even talk about it. Oh, brother, you just got to study. You just got to shit. This is how Negroes lose. They always the one thing you have to really know about a Negro is that the first thing he always do before you ever meet him is the first thing he gonna do is lie. That he has to do that. Ice cream cake says black males wearing weaves. Baby, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. And you ever wonder why your men are turning to females now? Read the Bible. Damn. All you gotta do is read page 1. I mean, I know it's a boring shit read. All you gotta do is read the first page. They tell you in all their publications. But since the Negro doesn't know how to read, and he don't, because reading means you have to comprehend. You got to understand what you're reading. They tell you on page 1 that two men make a woman. I mean, Negroes have been Christians for what, 200 years? These Negroes don't even see that. And this is on page 1. Page 1. I didn't see it. We never see nothing. We never know nothing. This is the African American. Please, hey, I'm gonna put the invite. I'm gonna put an invite into the chat. Please, if I'm lying, please explain to me why I'm lying. Explain why I'm lying. Please don't come on. Well, brother, you gotta study. I don't hear that bullshit. Explain what the hell you talking about. Because remember, the nigga don't know nothing. That's why people mock you and call you that. Because that's what you are. You are letting these people tell you to get vaccines. You haven't come up with a way to educate your children yet. Mazza said we can't. And no, if you, well, that's the Negro. You seeing that you are being over, people are leaving their countries. They're bringing their grandparents. They're bringing their brothers and sisters and their children with you to come get your parent stuff. You don't even care. You want to keep, we are the world. We are the children. We are the one. This is the Negro. And you don't want to hear it. You get mad. The football game coming on this weekend. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. And check out. And so the people who have grandchildren now, check this out. What do they plan for their grandchildren? I mean, if we have to think, if we got to think 7 generations down the line, what do you have for your grandchildren? What do you put in place for your grandchildren to keep going, to get us up? You heard about in Alabama, the place called Utah in Alabama, Chinese are taking that over. That's happening all over the country. You know why? Because these shines are in California, Chicago, Seattle, New York, Cleveland, Detroit, still building up masses industry, and the industry is gone. Negroes still there. They don't think. So when you hear about Mexicans coming over here and they're taking the money they make from here, which is a lot of dumb Negro money, they're taking that money and moving back down to Mexico or the Caribbean and building mansions off your money, but you don't have the sense to go back to where your people start from and build anything for them. This is the African American. So we're coming to the point where we can't say anything. Come on. Some shit you just gotta know. I mean, it's not. We can't say it. We can't say it. Brothers, I mean, they got gobs of brothers and sisters. You got Lisa Cypress from the Accomac. She's going to be on tomorrow, y'all. Check her out tomorrow. Check out what this sister's doing. She's showing you that you indigenous here. All the people tell you. Everybody tells you. Yeah, Africans tell you, no, brother, you ain't Africans. We should see it, but we don't. Our mothers and fathers told us, because Alex Haley, Navy spy, Alex Haley told you African and you believed it. You don't question nothing. You don't think about it. Come on. The African American doesn't think ever. Be honest. And this is the cold part about the not thinking part. If you don't think, if you start thinking, once you realize you've been making a mistake, the next step you're going to do is to think. And when you find out that you an asshole, when you've been making stuff up, isn't the first thing you do is try to correct it? Ain't that what you teach your kids? You don't think that applies to you? The African American doesn't do that. The African American, he will lie. And when he realizes he's lying, he won't correct it. He'll keep lying. Right? That's what the African American does. So let's take, here's an example. Because I don't want you to think I'm bullshitting, because we don't have time to bullshit. These motherfuckers about to fly a whole bunch of Afghanistans over here. And one of the things what the TV doesn't teach you is our part in what we do in all these countries that they go to war with. So in the Korean War, see, we went over to the Korean War and fought. When we got back, the Koreans were coming over, taking over your neighborhoods. We ain't figured that out yet. You went to Vietnam. You dogged to Vietnam. Vietnam was asking you soul brother. Why were they calling you soul brother? Because you the soul people. You the Americans. We don't get it. What they mean, I don't know. Huh? You went over to Vietnam. What did Vietnam do? What the Vietnamese do? Came over and took it over the shrimping industry down in New Orleans. You too busy killing each other to realize that. Yeah, this is what this brother says. I wonder why our people are so Tom and Jerry in the head. Well, brother, don't talk like that. We just know Jesus. This is where we at. Still. Jesus ain't been here yet. Ain't came for your mama. Ain't came for your grandmama. Ain't came for your great grandmama. And you shine still with it. Groove and peace. You can come on, man. I come on, like, brother, I'm simple. I just say what I'm gonna do. I did it. I mean, I don't do it all the time because I'm doing a lot of stuff. There's the link right there. I just sent it. You're welcome. But please, when you come on, don't say no dumb shit. We don't have time for that. Because that's all we hear from the Negro is dumb shit. And I don't have time for it. And I'm sure I don't want to waste none of the people's time in the chat with dumb shit. We tell the people, listen, find your people. Damn, just find out where your grandma's from. Well, how'd your grandma get to where she was? She moved from a place to work in these industries. Where's the place that she moved from? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Who are your people? Who's your mama's mama's mama? Who's your daddy's mama's mama's mama? You don't realize that life comes through the females? Oh, because the Bible tells you that two men create a woman. That's what you believe. So that's what Mingo says. Why are people so Tom and Jerry in the head? We believe anything that anybody tells us. We don't think for ourselves. Ever. We be Greeks, Hebrew, Israelites. And remember, these are stories that other people told you. These aren't stories that your people told you. These are people that you went out and learned because you listened to your grandmother and grandfather. You went to go get an education. And come on, can we say it now? What has the university system taught us? Be honest. What has the university system taught us? To be dumb. You have another brother. He's called, I like to call him, he's a social critic. He tells you. I mean, this brother, I mean, he reads what other people says, and that's when you read, it gets you to thinking. The Negro doesn't read. He don't have to read. Nigga, the game is coming on. What you mean read? This where we at today. September 2nd, 2001. You gotta read. Nigga, I'm going to watch Power tonight. Later for what you say. So, if you want to get into the conversation, all you got to do is hit that link, the StreamYard link in the chat. Come on. I mean, I know you tired of hearing my voice. Let's hear your voice. Don't you have something to say? The average Negro, no, Master told me I ain't supposed to say nothing. I don't know. That's the average African American. We talk to them. And you can see how other people come over here and just dog us out. Because we don't think the African American believes. And when you look up believe, the first 5 letters is be a lie. And that's what we are. That's what we are. You have the world leaving their homes. You have people from India running away from India. Why? Does the African American ask that? Why are these people running away from their home? Groove in peace. Groove in peace. Of course you're welcome. Huh? Caribbean rappers are used to annihilate us too. Yeah, but come on, man. What? Rapping was dead in the 80s. Rapping was dead. What? NWA? And y'all still supported it and loved it and licked it in the mouth. Rap was used to fuck you up. And it did, but you still ride it like it was something good. It was the dumbest shit. And how you don't see it, especially all the music you done came up with, all the music that you came up with, I'm just going to go to the 70s. I'm just going to go to the 70s. That was some of the coldest shit ever. But you rap? That was the shittiest music ever. But you loved it. Here's Groove and Peace, y'all. Music ever. Groove and Peace. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, sir?
Oh, man.
Well, so I don't mean to intrude on like your beliefs or whatever or anything. But I just wanted to like point out to you that
Brother, why don't you cut down the music in the background, brother?
Oh, that's cause all right, yeah, let me do that because I'm watching it. Let me turn it down. So my thing is, right, I'm a Bible student and I agree with some of the things, Aboriginals say, but I can't really speak for everybody that's dark skinned, in America, because like I was saying in the chat, like I'm mistaken a lot of times. Like I live in New York City myself, and I'm mistaken like a lot to be a Caribbean person, and I'm absolutely not. I'm absolutely not a Caribbean person. I do have dreads, but I'm not a Caribbean person. My dad is in fact from Africa, and I know that because he told me this, and he told me everything about where he's from. On his mom's side, he's Ashanti, and on his dad's side, he's Yoruba. Now, my mom, on the other hand, my mom is a Cherokee. She doesn't really know she's a Cherokee because due to all the paper genocide or whatever the case may be. But you know, I've been like, being that I've been coming to the awakening too, I've been trying to help her understand who she is and that she's not black. My mother birth certificate says colored. Actually, it actually says colored. And my grandma's birth certificate says Negro. So I could totally understand the paper genocide. I could totally understand that. I'm fully cognizant about that. But what you have to know is I don't know how. I mean, I know you've been living longer than me or whatever the case may be, but you know there's I'll as I sit back and I listen to people discredit the Bible and the word of God and things like that, it hurts me because I'm learning the truth about that. And when I say I'm learning the truth about that, is I'm learning everything that we've been taught about that is not right. And when I say that, is that like going to church on Sunday, in the Sunday churches they teach that Jesus on died on a Thursday or a Friday, rose on a Sunday, when that's absolutely not right. Jesus died on a Wednesday. Well, Yeshua, I'm not going to say Jesus because I don't really like saying that name, but Yeshua died on the Wednesday. And see, what we got to understand is that the Bible tells you about the Roman Catholic Church. the Roman Catholic Church is responsible for a lot of people's church hurt. Why? Because
brother,
it's
can I please? Because I want, you said something and I just want to show you something. And so this will make sure that you don't go on in life embarrassing yourself with shit that's right in your face that you don't talk about. So you're a Christian, right?
I don't consider myself a Christian. I consider myself Hebraic.
Okay. That's the same thing. It's the same shit come out of the same book. So I just want you to answer me a question, and I don't want to hear all that, brother. You got to study. I don't know. You have your
All right,
Bible.
no problem.
No.
I will try to answer your question the best way I can.
Okay.
I will, and I totally understand what you mean about people telling you to just research it or whatever the case may be.
Okay, brother.
I will stand firm and try to answer your question as best as possible because I am a Bible student.
Please listen. Please stop talking. That's how you confuse everybody. I have a question for you. And just like we're talking now, it's simple. I have a question for you, and I want you to answer me just like I asked you the question. Could you do that, please? Thank you.
Yes, I was
Do
just
you have your Bible handy?
Let me get it.
Get it. We're gonna let this other brother in, Tyron Loon. How
you doing, Kerry?
What's up, homie?
Good.
All right, let me just finish with this brother right here, and then you got the floor, okay?
All right.
Okay, cool.
All right, brother, teach.
Okay, brother. This is some shit you should have been taught, because we can't keep going on being stupid. And then I didn't know, I didn't see that. This is on page 1 of the Bible. Turn to Genesis 2:21. Genesis 2:21, and read that for us, brother.
Okay. Genesis 2:21. Got you. Chapter 2:21. All right. That's not really the first page, but all right.
Is it close to the first page?
Chapter 2:21. Okay. It says, and the Lord God, or the Lord Yah, caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. And he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. That's what it says.
Okay. So that's telling us about what? They're creating a woman, right?
Yes, sir. That's what it's saying.
Okay, now I talk to sisters all the time, and none of them have ever told me that a female was created by 2 men. I want you to explain what you just read to us in real time.
Okay. It says, okay, well, first off, a God ain't no man. Let's just point that out. A God is not a man.
Excuse me, sir. It doesn't say God. It says Lord God. What's a Lord, sir?
What's a Lord?
You dude, stop wasting time. You heard me.
Who is a Lord is someone who is in position, like a captain or a chief or whatever the case may be.
It's a man, right?
No, not necessarily.
Okay,
not in this context.
Okay, explain what it is.
There's no need to explain.
Yeah, it is.
It's a God.
If I ask you what a Lord. If I ask you,
Lord,
listen, brother. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen,
go ahead, sir.
Stop talking, because you've already made yourself look like an ass. When I ask you what a warlord is, it's somebody that everybody hates. When I ask you what a landlord is, it's somebody that everybody can't stand. What's a lord? It's simple. What's a lord? You're whatever you say you are. I'm sure you know the British people. What's a lord?
Someone who is over everyone,
A
someone who has
man,
dominion.
a man who calls himself God. That's what a Lord is. Because you will notice in chapter 1 of Genesis, it's not called Lord God, it's called God. Amen. It's called God. It's not called a Lord. But you don't get it. And this is the problem. This shit's been going on for at least 200 years. You have
Mhm.
a book that tells you that two men make a woman. And instead of you seeing it and understanding it, you support it. You will try to defend it. You will make it go on and on and on to your young boys are wearing dresses. This is what you do.
Nah.
This is
First
what you
off,
do. This
first off, I know right from wrong. So why would I allow?
No, brother, you don't know right or wrong. Because we telling you. You just said. This is how I know. Brother, we ain't here playing. You have a book that tells you that two men create a woman, and you will come up with anything to even, you won't even think about it. You won't even say, well, damn, how is that possible? You know what you'll do? You'll defend it. You'll say, well, you just gotta study. Brother, they dogging your ass right in your face. And you know what they normally get the African American to do? Go along with it. You got the floor,
Okay,
brother.
so but you can't discredit you can't discredit that whole belief off of those two words.
Brother, if I'm reading a book, if I'm reading I mean, because my mother taught me to read when I was 5. Read it and comprehend it. If your ass can't comprehend it, your ass can't read. So every time we ask you a question, that's why you got to study. I asked you a simple question. How does two men, because it tells you right there. It tells you. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and then closed up the flesh. Explain that, brother. Come on. Now, don't give us no bullshit. Explain it.
Hold on, stop for a minute. Stop for a minute. You won't let me finish, bro. You up here trying to talk to me like you my woman or something. Relax, let me
Brother,
speak.
if a woman is with
Now, when it comes down to it,
if a woman is with your dumb ass, she gonna be. Imagine the kids. Damn. You've already said what you're gonna say. Well, I asked you a simple question. Explain how two men create a woman. I mean, it's just that simple, dude.
because a God can do anything, brother.
Hey,
What
bro,
would you do if you what would you do if you was a God? Have you thought about that?
what would
If
I
you
do?
were a God, doesn't that mean that you could do anything that you want to do? If you a God,
No, brother.
especially as long as it's righteous,
No,
as
brother.
long as it's righteous.
No, brother. It means that somebody came up with the concept of God and got your ass to believe it. Nature,
No, you don't
nature.
believe it. That's
No,
your problem.
I-
You falling short of the glory. That's your problem.
it- it-
You
but
you
you're,
falling short of the
but you,
glory. You
but,
don't know how to work.
but you're in the glory, and this is where you are. The book tells you that two men create a woman. You won't use the intelligence that God gave you to figure that shit out. You'll just keep on arguing, brother. Listen, we really listen here at African Americans Ain't Africans. We ain't trying to fuck the people over. We seeing that the people who call themselves African American, Black, Negro, or colored are being wiped off this planet. You just saw the post from the sister from Ohio, and she's telling you that all these kids, 14 through 18, are being kidnapped. You know why they're kidnapping you, brother? Because you're dumb. You're not trying to learn. You're not trying to get more. You're not thinking. And so what they do with you, since you're not that type, they kidnap you, cut you open, remove your central nervous system, and sell that to other countries. Where God had helping you on that. So, brother, thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm saying. We can't be this dumb. We can't be this dumb. The Bible clearly tells you. It ain't, everybody using a Bible as a coloring book, but when you ask certain questions, we don't know. We come up with all kind of BS to make sure we remain stupid. Tyrone Lou, brother, you have the floor. Tyrone Lou. Sorry, brother. What's up, man?
Yeah, this Bible stuff is just like this Pan-Africanist movement is bullshit. Like, just the other day, a couple of days ago or months ago, I was debating with these idiots. Alquan sent me to one of these idiots' channels named Psychopapias, and another one, Pan-Africanism Strikes Back, and they both are idiots. They'll regurgitate and lie on their own grandmothers, saying that they were raped by white people and was ashamed of their Indianness, and so they claim Indianness than an alleged African ancestor that does not appear nowhere in their genealogy. This is how idiotic the Pan-African is. They'll sit up here and tell like a sex farm, slave rape story instead of thinking logistically about this whole slave ship narrative and how does it add up. They don't think about like hurricane seasons like we're experiencing now with the Northeast getting flooded and stuff like that, and people dying because of that flood up there, or people having their power out down in Louisiana and don't know how to survive. They'll sit up here and believe a slave ship lie, like somebody's capable of surviving in the bottom of the ship.
Yeah, see that's easy stuff. I mean, any fool that believes that African story, when you ask them a question, you get the same kind of answers that Groove and Peace was giving. You get that type of shit, dude.
Yeah, and then they'll flip it on you and say, why should I believe your stuff? Because the white man wrote it. You only cherry picking certain things that fit your eyeball movement. What are you talking about, dude? White people didn't give us any Indian paradigm in school. He only taught you about Africa.
Dude, I mean, and these are the and you saw he was a young man.
Absolutely.
So this is what I'm saying. What is he gonna create? What is he gonna teach his children?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing.
What these Pan-African solution is to make an African art class and misappropriate Africa all day.
I mean, so there's a video. Somebody sent me a video of this sister who went over to the Gambia. I mean, it's all kind of sisters going to Africa getting dogged out.
Oh, I know what video you're talking about. I think her last name is named White or something like that, and she was crying that some Africans went into her apartment over there in the Gambia because they stole her laptop and hard drive.
Right. Not that one. I'm telling you, man, it's all over the place. Yeah. I mean, this sister went over and brother just fucked the dude because she thought he was going to do something for her. And he was like, why would I put my mother in front of you? You know what the Negro does? Why would I put my mom in front of you? That's how the Negro thinks.
Yeah.
This is where we are. So this is what I'm saying, Groove and Peace, because I know you still listening, brother. We ain't got nothing against you, but god damn, dude, start thinking. I can go through that whole Bible and give you stuff that's dumb that you think, dude. I was talking to another Hebrew Israelite talking about the Jonah story. This dude lived in a whale's stomach for 3 days.
That's impossible.
Dude, really?
You got stomach acid.
Dude, I mean, and this is where brothers at. And sisters love these cats.
Ain't that like the origin story of Pinocchio or something? Pinocchio and Geppetto living in a well.
Dude. So listen, so this is what I'm telling the people in the chat. Start thinking, ask your mama, ask your grandmama. Your grandmama is not gonna lie to you. Your mama,
the Pan-African says that, oh, they will lie to you because they are ashamed of getting raped by whitey.
And notice who's telling you the Pan-African story. They're normally foreigners from somebody else.
Yeah.
They're not. Come on, y'all. Damn. This shit is right in front of your face. Do you look, if you look at a map and you see where the slave ships came out of, it's right where hurricanes start. You really think that slave ships can outrace a hurricane? Wind-driven slave ships can outrace a hurricane? You really?
Mind you, it's a sailboat, a wooden sailboat called a dory, a wherry, and a skiff.
Yeah. And this is 2021, and you have Negroes 60 still believe this stuff.
Hey, Kerry, get this. Your boy Henry Louis Gates, when he made that shitty article talking about black people self-hating on their African self, his own numbers is contradicts his own theory, because for one, you only had like 92,000 or at least 322,000 alleged Africans brought into the New World. How does 92,000 become 4 million Black Americans in under the time span of 200 years? Because the Pan-African, his mind will say that, oh, they kept getting raped by white people, and that's how we replenish our population over here and replace the Indian.
I think everybody in the chat can attest to, you ever heard of some cats called the Buffalo Soldiers?
Absolutely.
I just want to ask you, this is a simple yes or no. And this is what I'm trying to get Groove and Peace to understand. Dude, we're messed up because we don't answer questions. We try to bullshit and lie our way through. Do you think when those Buffalo Soldiers was going to kill the brothers up in the Midwest, don't you think that left their women vulnerable? Don't you think that the women start going with men, white men, because of their need to have children, and their men wasn't there? Does that sound more like it?
Yeah.
Damn. Simple shit. And we will run away from it trying to believe all kind of bullshit. You know, we think the Buffalo Soldiers were great. The Buffalo Soldiers were assholes. They went and killed the brothers up in the Midwest and killed them out. You do know that, right? Y'all licked the Tuskegee Airmen in the mouth. While your ass was getting bombed out over here, the Tuskegee was over there kicking it with Hitler.
Yeah.
You think one of the Tuskegee Airmen flew their planes into the White House?
Nope. You also had Paul Robeson and Josephine Baker retreat to places like Russia and France.
Right. So brother, Groove and Peace, brother, you might want to go to another chat room or another podcast, because we ain't here to bullshit our people. Because this is what I'm seeing. And I'll just take the recent debacle in Afghanistan. They about to bring a whole bunch of Afghanistanis over here. You go back 20 years, they brought a whole bunch of Iran and Iraqis over here because Negroes went over there and killed them out and dogged them out. You don't think that they remember what the Negroes did over there? And you don't think they're going to come over to your home and do the same thing to you? That's why when you go to all these air-up smoke shops and stores, they got your sisters working in them, and you know what they doing to them. But you would keep lying and bullshitting to make sure those sisters are dumb enough to hang out with those Arabs. Tyron, I want to say thank you, brother. And always, you always welcome to give your 50 cents.
Absolutely, Kerry.
All right,
for having me on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. Damn. You're not tired of losing? You don't think if you go over to Africa, you think they're going to put you in front of their mamas? But you will put anybody in front of your mamas and daddies and will give them the keys to get your mama and daddy what your mama and daddy left for you. Damn, you don't think those people was thinking 7 generations ahead? How many generations are we now from your great grandmothers and fathers? You don't care. It's for everybody. That's what the Negro says. It's for everybody. But if you go to their homes, and like Tyron was saying, sisters going over to Benin trying to help them out, and they robbing her and dogging them and fucking them, and y'all cool with it. This is the African American. This is the African American. When you ask them anything about the Bible, they'll give you anything but what it says. You go to Deuteronomy, they tell you that it ain't saying that they came over here and did it. They saying what they did over there. They killed out all these people. When you look at the story of the Americans, the Americans, they did the same thing over here. All these dummies we got going to college, they don't tell you that. All these scholars that we supposed to have, they don't tell you that. Indigenous men used to say, when these people train you, you are no more good to your people. We don't see that. We don't see that. We not embarrassed. We're not embarrassed that these Negroes pushed Kamala Harris in front of their mamas. Groove in Peace, we can't let you back in, man, because you're not bringing nothing, brother. You bringing that old bullshit. And I'm going to ask a couple of people, do they have time for it? Because I don't have time for it. Nicole Hallen, do you have time for the bullshit that Groove in Peace is talking about? Come on, let us know. We don't know. You don't know, brother. You don't know. And you can't even learn. Yeah, we let you speak. You didn't say shit. You didn't say nothing. You're talking now, but saying nothing. And this is what I'm saying. The ethers tell us that the Boule is perpetuating the dumbing down and mental genocide of our destruction. Who doesn't see that? Who doesn't see that? Who doesn't see that? So no one. So this is I was talking to a brother today, social media, and I was telling them we're not black. And this is how this Groove in Peace is talking. I said, we're not black, dude. Yes, we are. I'm like, well, if we're black, what color is your beard and your hair? He didn't say nothing else. You see what I'm saying? Brother, when we let you speak, you don't say shit. God damn. You don't see that? I'm going to put the link in, please. If you come in, I got 70 people on. Give them some food, man. Give them something they can use. Don't come with this bullshit Bible, all this dumb shit. Okay? Please. I mean, I'm being fair. Come on, you can speak, but damn, come with it. No, I'm not giving them 5. I gave them 5 minutes. No, dude, you wasn't cut off. You're not saying nothing. This is what I'm gonna do. Don't run your mouth when you're talking with somebody. You say something, don't talk forever. You say something, let me hit it back like a tennis ball. You ain't got to keep talking because you can't answer the questions. We don't do it like that here, dude. So please come back in. But when you're asked the question, I will answer it. When I ask you a question, answer it. Don't give me no bullshit. I mean, goddamn. Stop that dumb shit. They handed our people the Bible. They handed our people the Bible, and they took our resources. This is Matt. What's going on, cuz?
Oh, nothing much, man. I've been listening to you for a while now. And the other guy you had, Groove in Peace, like, I don't want to call him an idiot, but like, he just need time to continue on learning. That's all.
Now,
He caught up in a, sorry, go ahead.
no, brother, you right. I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, he caught up inside that Pan-African and that religion and stuff like that. Like, he understand that that's man-made. Anything that's man-made has faulties and errors and stuff like that. If you follow nature, you won't go wrong.
Groove in Peace. You hear what this brother? This cat is around your age. He's telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is think about it. And you're not willing to learn because when you were here, you just kept yapping. And this brother's telling you what's up.
Yeah. Don't follow anything that man made. Follow nature, period. Get out your head and stop thinking about all of that stuff and just live. And you will see the truth for yourself. Like, we getting taken over left and right, bamboozled. And the reason why we call, like, they call us black and stuff, because we don't have an identity, because our identity been taken from us. The history is there. Malcolm X said it. A lot of people have said it. That's the reason why they call us black, but we don't call ourselves black. We just identify with that because we don't have nothing else to identify with. Until the indigenous one, until you came, Carrie, with the information, like we are Native American and stuff like that. We need to go back to our heritage and stuff like that.
Okay, Matt. So this is what I want to share with you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what does native mean?
Someone's from this land.
No.
Original to this land.
No.
Oh, not original to this land. My bad. Sorry about that. Anybody can be native. Let me get that right. But indigenous means somebody from this land, like an indigenous plant or something like that.
Or, so when you say, so my people.
Yeah.
My people. They're from a place in Alabama, and those people call them a Kanashaka.
Mm-hmm.
Call yourself that. Who are your people? Where did they come from? It's like the Accomack Princess tells us. Find out where your people are from. It's that simple. So native. So if you look at California, Russian and Chinese women are coming into California daily to have Native American babies. All native means is born here.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
And so that's what I'm saying, brother. And this is not just nothing against you. I'm just saying, get the words, the words that are used against us. We have to know what they mean, because a lot of us don't understand what these words mean.
Yeah, they're like affirmations.
Yeah.
When we speak the wrong ones, they're like affirmations. They work against us. When we speak the right ones, they work with us.
Right. So we're gonna bring in Groove and Peace back, brother. You had something to say?
Yeah, I was just trying to say, like, I know who I am, and like I was telling you earlier, I understand, like, my grandma is from the Inuit, the Aniunua. I understand that because, like, my grandma looks darker than me. Like, she looks like the people that were here, and I've been doing research on that. I totally understand that, but I can't help but to take what people say and connect it to the Bible. I can't help but do that because that's my faith. That's what I do.
Brother,
you know what I'm saying? That's my faith.
Go ahead.
About that. You gotta get yourself out of that Bible, man. Even though it sounds good, it feels good and all that, but you gotta fight against it. Don't forget that that's man-made. Even though the scrolls they found, all of that stuff, man made that. You gotta get yourself out of that. Like, go ahead.
Go ahead, Matt.
I don't mean to cut anybody off, but I understand. Look, for one, I'm not Pan African. I think it's silly because for one, I know who I am. Like I said, my dad is from Ghana. He was born in Ghana. He's an Aboriginal of Africa. I already know that. Like, and my mom, she's from here. I already know that. Now, I am in fact having trouble. I will admit that I'm having trouble making a connection as far as how long my mom's people have been here, and I'm having trouble making that connection because I'm hearing a lot of people saying that, well, we've been here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Well, how did we get here? How did life start?
brother.
Did we come out the sky? Did we come out the ground? Did we come out the water? What's up? Nobody's not really talking about that.
Groove in peace. This is what I mean, brother. You ask a question, then you keep on yapping. Chill. Let the question be answered. See, we give you the floor. We give you the floor and let you speak, and you just keep on talking. And what that does, that causes confusion. So check this out, brother. Where the Africans come from? Where the Chinese come from? Where all these people come from? They came from the land that they come from. Why? Because it's like the brother said earlier, nature creates everything. You ain't heard that? My baby, my nature's rising. Nature creates everything.
So you got what you need already. Stop searching for more. You're just in your head and you're just thinking about all of this other stuff. Like, get out your head, man. This it's hard. I know it's hard, but you just got to do it.
Listen.
Like you
listen. So this is what I'm saying about how we twist it. This is what I'm saying, brother. I don't try to be an asshole. Damn. But you just said that your mama was Anuia. What's the religious spirituality of the Anuia? If you knew that, you know what you would do, brother. Please stop just for a minute. I'm gonna give you the phone. I'm gonna give you the mic back. Just chill. You just said that your mama was Anuia. What's the spiritual story of the Anuia?
I'm not fully cognizant about that. I know that my grandma is Cherokee and my great grandmother is Cherokee, and I'm still searching beyond that.
Dude, those are umbrella terms.
Right, I understand.
See how you confuse and stuff, and then you spitting that shit back on us. It screws us up, man. Who was your mama? Who was your grandma?
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You know what you say. I don't even know what you say. And see, now you upset because I'm calling you on the bullshit that you saying. What was the Anuia spiritual story? You have the floor.
I'm not upset, brother.
No, you have the floor. What was the Anuia spiritual story? What you would say is Christianity or Islam. What was the Anuia story?
Well, I heard that I was from the tribe of Gad or something like that when it comes to the Bible.
Sir, I didn't ask you that shit. I asked you what was the Anuia spiritual. You see, this is what I'm saying. This is what the Moors do. You ask them a simple question and they start talking about some other shit. What is the Anuia? The people who are called Anuia, the people are called Anastasi. What is their spiritual story? Like you say, the Bible. I mean, because you saying your mama, your grandmama is from that part of the world. What is their spiritual story?
That they're from the Great Spirit, something like that. They're from the Great Spirit.
There you go.
And I understand that the name translates to original people or principal people.
So you're going to take another people's religion and inculcate into your life. Brother, thanks for calling. And we listen, study, ask your mama. If your mama don't know, ask your grandmama, ask your mother, oldest brothers and sisters, who are you? And where do you come from? All that Cherokee, all that stuff. No, brother. Find the county they come from.
I know what county they come from.
What county?
My family originates out of Georgia.
I didn't say state, sir. You see. I mean, brother, I'm just not there. What county do they come from?
Hancock County, Georgia.
Okay, you didn't say that. Why are you acting like, oh, I said? No, you didn't say that. Who were the people in Hancock County, Georgia?
They were Aniunwia.
No. There were a certain people where the people were buried. All those people were buried there. Who were they? If you don't know, brother, say you don't know. The next thing you will do is find out.
I'm not sure.
Simple.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
this say that you don't know and just find out. Like I'm just learning stuff right now for myself. Like this,
I'm not
that's all. Let's be
sure.
honest, man.
But I think it's the Aniunwia. My grandmother told me that her mother was a supposed so-called Cherokee, which I understand the real name now, but she told me that she was one of those people.
This is
And she never told me anything about coming from Africa. My grandmother, in fact, she did pick cotton. She didn't tell me anything about slavery, but she did pick cotton. She grew up Christian.
Brother, my mama's a Christian, and she sounds just like you when you talk. She don't know what she's talking about. She can't answer questions. So this is what you do. This is all you have to do. Find out the county that your people lived in, who they were, because they were distinct people. Like
it was Washington County. It was Washington County and Hancock County. That's where they lived.
Okay, so find out who the people were there. That's all you have to do.
I have been doing that. I'm not boasting about it, but I have been doing it.
Who are they? Since you've been doing that, who are they? See, brother, this is one of
those people. They're those people. I mean,
see, brother. Listen, man. Listen. How old are you?
32.
Listen, brother. Don't be 40 and don't know shit, because it's really hard for you to learn anything else. That's what Malcolm X and Martin Luther King's assassination told you. They were real smart. When you 40 and you a dumbass, it's hard for you to learn anything else because you done trained your whole life to be a stupid ass. Find out where your people live. They weren't Anuia. These umbrella terms that are used, you will notice that white people, that's what they call themselves. They're trying to steal your heritage. And guess who's the number one people that help them? You. Because you take on their spiritual practices. And you know, when you take on their spiritual practices, you know what you do to your grandmothers and grandfathers' spiritual practices? You kill them, but you keep trying to talk, and it confuses everybody, brother. That's all I'm saying. So the best thing I can tell you, find the county that your people were from, go back. I mean, all you gotta do is go back. Find your grandmama, great grandmother, find out, what year and all that stuff. Find out what wars went down, because a lot of people were moved around because they had a whole bunch of wars. Indian wars all through the East Coast and the South. We should know that, but we don't. And we keep trying to talk, and all we do is confuse everybody who's trying to listen. So, brother, listen, I want to thank you for joining us. And brother, I wish you all the love. But come on, man. You got to think. You got to. And another thing I'll tell you to do, read that Bible from page 1 to the last page. And that shit is some of the dumbest shit you would ever read. You got to see it. You can't believe that two men create a woman. That's how this gay shit done moved in on us, because we with it. All this stuff that's going along, we cool with it. We cool. The Bible tells you that two men create a woman. And, well, you don't understand what, yeah, I do understand. I understand what it says. God damn. This is us. We don't want to know. You don't tell me nothing. I think, nah, brother, read it. I read that when I was 5 years old and asked the question, how does two men create a woman? And to this day, over 50 years later, nobody can answer it because they want to believe something that they don't understand. So, brother, we're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to move to the next caller. Thank you.
Can I
Please.
ask one more question?
Yes.
So, like, how do you feel about people that are mixed? Like where does that put me at? Like, because I know I have half African, and I know I'm half African because my dad. I know that. So, how do you feel about that? Like, because I agree with you as far as like the Pan-African things, like as far as how stupid it is, because I don't think people should be claiming that they're African if they don't know who they're. If I don't think people should be claiming that they're African if their other parent is not. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they should. So where does that put people who are mixed in your eyes? How do you feel about that? Like, as far as them reaping the benefits also.
This is what I'm gonna say. If I went over to Africa and I had a baby with one of those women over there, what would that baby call themselves?
Probably,
come on, brother. It's not hard. Come on.
American, Indian African, American African, whatever.
No. They will call them what the mama is. Isn't the baby what the mama is? Aren't damn near 90% of the kids born in the world, they don't know who their fathers are? Why? Because we just like fish in the ocean.
So since I'm here, since I was born here, and my mother's from here, and her mother's from here, and her mother's from here, I'm practically indigenous.
How do babies get here?
Through the mother.
I mean, is that hard to understand?
No. I just
no,
want to know,
where's your dad at now?
My dad passed away years ago, bless his soul. But
okay.
But
so if you go to Africa now and start saying that your daddy's from here and blah 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 blah, they'll take you in.
I got cousins over there. So I know, when I say I know my dad is from Africa, I know my dad is from Africa. He didn't come off of a boat. He flew here on a plane in modern times.
Brother, I'm not saying that. Okay, I got that. You don't look like you old enough to be to come off no slave ship anyway. All I'm saying is all life flows through the woman. That's our way into the world. A woman can get pregnant by anybody. And most do. You got all these countries and all this turmoil. You got all these, especially in Africa, aren't Chinese men coming over there to have babies in Africa?
Could be. I mean, it could be.
No. Stop. See, that's that bullshit answer. Yeah, they are. Stop lying and bullshitting, dude. Hey, man, we're going to go ahead and get to the next caller, dude. Look, y'all, I'm just saying, y'all, damn, at least be honest. Because when you keep bullshitting and lying, it keeps the children confused. Just say what it is so we can move on. And the Negro doesn't do that. We're here. We got a kahana. What's going on?
Akana. Hey, Carrie, how you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little sorry for the guy there, but mitochondria DNA, it's always with the mother. You're here in America. You've been here, and I don't understand what the confusion is. But the thing is that's a perfect example of the damage that organized religion does to our people. And the fact that it was originally, I think, designed not just to control but immobilize us, but also to render us docile against our oppressor. Think of it. If our people had dropped that decades ago, generations ago, would we really be like in this position? You understand what I'm saying? Like that's a big part of the problem with our people is we're willfully allowing ourselves to be dumbed down. And somebody who's young like that, he's not that young, but it robs you of your ability to use logic, and you can see it. You can see it in his responses. You know what I mean? And it's just sad, but that's a perfect example of the damage that it does.
So groove in peace. So listen to what this sister's saying, and she sounds like a mother who's like sad, because I know she hear a lot of young brothers talking this dumb shit. And when you ask them to explain what they saying, they never, I'm talking about never, can explain. She sounds to me like a mother who just, God damn, what, my children? And this is, if you talk to a lot of sisters, the sisters, Nicole Allen, who was on, when you talk to them, it's like, what the fuck is happening to our children? Mm-hmm. Nobody's trying to make you feel bad or nothing, but damn, dude, if you gonna say something, at least explain it. What you talking about? And the Negro never does that. Brother, you gotta study. You gotta go study for brother. You saying that two men create a woman. Explain that. And you can't explain it because you don't want to look like an asshole because your Bible tells you that gay shit. That's what you don't want to do. And that's all through the Bible. And you know what I notice about it? Most Negroes don't read it ever because they can't read, because reading means comprehension. And if you read that Bible and when somebody, the first 5 words of the Bible should have had you go, wait a minute. When they tell you in the beginning, your first question would be, how would them motherfuckers know what happened in the beginning? You don't ask that. You just go along with the story.
Yeah, I knew it was bullshit early on, and I'm not wired for it. My brain is not wired for programming. Mm-hmm. All that is social programming. That's all it is. And as a young kid, I remember getting whoopings because I would challenge the pastor. Like, if a child can pick up on the nonsensicalness of it, and then you later find out that the Bible is based on earlier writings and it's been plagiarized and rewritten, we already know that. So how do you validate a book that you already know has been altered? Where's the justification? So this is where people are robbed from their logic and common sense. They've excused their own natural ability to logically understand something, and they allow this falsehood of religion to act in its place. You know what I mean? They just allow this thing to come on as a body snatcher, and it thinks for them. And you have to be able to see that. You have to see that, and more of our people have to see it. It's as clear as day. If they're altering, if there's been so many different versions of it, that's telling you that it's bullshit. There was a series on the History Channel called "Banned from the Bible." Boom. Why would they? If it's banned from the Bible, it's extracted from the Bible, then obviously they don't want you to learn something, whether it's true or not. But the point is that they've altered it, and if they're altering it, how can you align your life with a book that just doesn't make any sense? And then you have to ask yourself, how does that correlate with history, with your people, with the experiences of your people? Understand?
So groove and peace. So this is what I want to ask you. Are you hearing this sister speak?
Yes, sir.
What she sound like to? What she sound like to you?
She sounds like she really wants me to understand, and
that's
she's really concerned.
That's all we.
That's all. Yourself.
That's all. That's all we want, man.
Feel like, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, brother, go ahead.
I don't feel like she's attacking me or anything like that. You know, I want to know too. You know what I'm saying? I've been deep in it and trying to figure it out. You know, so that's why I said, you know what I'm saying? That's why I asked. I'm mixed, so where does that put me? So, but thank you for helping me understand that, because okay, so since life does come through the woman, and I have been here, I was born here in America, and I know who my grandmother is, I know who her mother is, then it is what it is. It is what it is, man. It
Do
is
you
what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
do you have any children?
I do.
Is your children's mom, is she an African woman?
My wife is a Blackfoot, so-called Blackfoot.
Okay. So what is your child?
That would make him indigenous, I guess.
Is it,
Also,
it's just that simple, brother.
mhm,
It's
that's
just
right.
simple.
understood.
So
Understood.
listen, and this is another thing, brother. I'm being as simple as I can because I realize we have been mind fucked. And I'm just trying to be simple. That's why this sister's telling you, man, you can hear in her voice that she's serious. She's like, damn.
Yeah,
She
I
go
had
ahead.
to battle family. I had to all kinds of social pressure when I was younger. Mind you, I was younger. I'm talking 10, 11 years old, getting beatings for not, allowing myself to be conditioned. But, and we're intelligent, most of us were intelligent, but we allow ourselves to be programmed. And that's why I'm so concerned is that, you're still considerably young, but this is a major problem with our people. We willfully allow ourselves to be programmed, and I know it's tough to go against the grain. I know it's tough to have that courage, but I had to do it, and it was tough. And I'm glad I did it because it's just what it is. And you're an individual, right? So when you ask the question, well, who am I? Well, genetically, you are, you're your mother's son, right? But as an individual, you get to decide who you are. You know what I mean? I know you have this conflict. Well, what am I? Whatever. You decide that ultimately, but genetically, you're here. You're here. Your mothers are here. You married, or you had children with an autochthonous person. So you get to decide that. But basically, I mean, that's your bloodline. Your mother. It just like Carrie said, it's the mother's bloodline. So
You
I'm sure you'll
came
find your way.
you came through your mama, homie. I mean, and this is not to say that father's not important, because without fathers, baby wouldn't be here. But fathers, I mean, there's a reason why most fathers aren't with their children. Most fathers go to war, they go to other countries to work, they beat down in countries like America. So the mama, everybody has a mama. Everybody knows who their mama is. A lot of people don't know who their fathers are. Listen, we got a few more phone calls, man. So I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta move on. But please don't be no stranger. Cool, groove, and peace.
Thank
Find
you, sir.
out the county that your mama comes from, your grandmamas come from. It's gonna blow you away.
Yeah, good luck in your journey.
Cool, brother. Thanks. Brig Moon, what's going on, man?
Hey, ain't nothing, man. I'm just sitting here was in the chat. Listen to this one dude, Dante something, and I don't know where this guy gets his information from, but he definitely ain't getting it from nature.
Well, most of us don't, but this is you. I see in the chat you said a matriarchal is not ruled by females. A matriarchy is ruled by people. And they didn't get that. Could you explain that? And not Neezy, we're gonna be with you in a minute.
What I mean by the matriarchy being ruled by the people is that everyone has a rule. Everybody rules. Uh, when things happen, uh, it's majority rules. It's not that the king or the queen or nothing like that. It's majority rules. So it don't make no difference who it is. And and every every family has a matriarch. She is not a ruler. She's just like a spokesperson, sort of say.
I mean, and this is stuff we see today. These grandmothers don't be trying to rule nothing. They just say, hey, this is what should be done. And see, and I'm noticing what we doing, everything we know, we get from other people. Do you think that's one of the problems, Rick Moon?
Oh, it's definitely one of the problems. Unfortunately, well, when we're born, we don't know everything, so we have to learn from somebody. But you have to pick and choose who you want to learn from. I choose to learn from nature, and that's and so whenever I speak in terms of nature, I already know that I'm on the right side.
Well, I've learned that too, because I see all animals learn from nature. I see everything on this planet besides us learn from nature. And that's one of the things that we've gotten away from. We're not learning from nature. We just learn what other people tell us to do. That plain and simple. So it's like, here's this cat, Deontay Blade Ford. Rick Moon, where did you get that definition?
Where did I get that definition?
Yeah.
I got it from my people. I got it from my people. I just put it in my own words. That's all.
Well, Rick Moon, well, hold on a second. We're going to bring in Nat Neezy. What's going on, homie?
Good. Excuse me. Good morning, y'all. It's like 5 a.m. I'm in Europe. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Father from North Carolina. Mama from South Carolina. Former Pan-African.
Where you at?
In
Germany?
Rotterdam. No, Rotterdam,
Good morning.
Holland.
Where?
Good morning. Rotterdam, Holland.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was home like 2 months ago. I went back to Brooklyn. But I'm a former Pan-African. I was like raised in that lie by some ignorant family members. And I went to Ghana about a year and a half ago. And it was quite evident that we're not the same people. And I'm wondering if it's due to cultural or just a separation, because like we look similar. So I never really, went down the path of exploring this indigenous thing. I just chalked it up to psychobabble, right? And I'm just being honest here, but to really have an understanding, you have to go into a conversation with an open mind. So that's what I'm here to do now. So my question is, how much, I guess, importance do you guys place on these DNA tests?
None.
Okay.
Yeah, they're literally scams. I don't know if you've seen the video of the guy that tested his turtle and it came back as Jewish and Eastern European or something. Yeah, they're total scams. They're designed to get us to detach from our space here in America. That's all they are. Every Black person, they tell them that they're from Nigeria or something like that.
Yep, my wife got that too. She came up like 35% Nigerian or some nonsense. But so I'm a proud Black American. I understand the fallacies of Pan-Africanism. So my next question would be, when you watch like movies like Apocalypto, or if you have kids, you've seen Dora the Explorer. We've all seen what Native Americans, in the media have looked like. People in my family have a phenotype that are more similar to those on the continent. And I say similar because we don't look the same. But it's closer to that than, what your stereotypical Native American is. So the Black people that look like me and probably most people in the chat who don't look like an extra from the movie of Apocalypto, are these two different tribes of Native Americans? Or, like that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, why do we look like Africans if we're not from Africa?
You don't look like Africans. And I'm gonna let Rick Moon explain. Okay, so one of the things, it's not what we believe, is how our minds are fucked up. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Okay, so this is you. This is you on the screen with the Brooklyn Nets mouthpiece on, right?
Yes, sir.
What color is the B?
Black.
What color are you?
I don't want to say it. Caramel brown.
So now hold up, because this is really important. And this is one of the things that pisses me the fuck off. Is be like, damn, y'all, are you the same color as that B?
No, I'm not.
Why do you call yourself that? Why do you say that you are?
Because it's more of a social classification.
No, hell no.
No, well, brother, you asked me the question. I'm gonna answer it the way I'm gonna answer it, brother.
But you know it's wrong. You know it's
wait,
a lie.
but you don't know what I know, brother, because I
Brother,
told you I'm coming here with an open mind. I'm coming here with an open mind.
I asked you what color is the B on your face mask. You said black, but you call yourself that. Why would you call yourself that if you're not that?
Wait, I'm explaining to you. So if you ask the question, my brother, give me a chance to explain it.
No, you
don't look. Wait.
No,
one thing that you got to know about that B is that us from Brooklyn, we give it up. We spicy.
No,
but I'm coming here in respect. So let me answer your question. And
no, motherfucker, you motherfuckers from Brooklyn have really fucked this whole thing up. And see,
no, not at all.
Yeah, you have. And when we ask,
why are you so emotional, brother? Let's bring it down and re-ask me the question. See,
this is. See, we're in 20. Well, I don't know if this is 2021, but this is what I mean. When you talk to Negroes that are dumb, why would you call yourself something you're not? You wouldn't call yourself a homosexual. You wouldn't call yourself a snail. And you gonna call I don't give a damn what everybody calls you. You call yourself what you are and you correct them. Isn't that what you teach your children? And then you come over here and try to, and that's one of my pet peeves, brother. But Rick Moon, could you explain the difference between Indigenous women from America and African women?
Well, and that's a good question, because most, and I got a little extra I want to add to that too. When I want to tell the difference, I just look at them, and I found that most African women don't have hips. When they walk kind of straight, and but sisters walk with rhythm. I mean, they go one side to the other side. Boom, boom, pow, pow, pow. That's how, rhythm in motion. That's what I call it. Rhythm in motion. African women don't walk like that. They don't have hips. They got booties, yes, they do, but they don't have the hips to go with them. Sisters got it all. Another thing that I've noticed about African women, African females, they got breasts. They got breasts, okay, but sisters got titties. I mean, sisters over here got.
Could you explain the difference, please?
Breast is like less than a handful. Titties is more than a handful.
Check. So this is what I'm saying. Now, let me just
hey,
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And I just want to say another thing. These Africans that y'all see on TV, I'm convinced that they're not indigenous people. I'm convinced of that, because like I said, I go by the laws of nature and I study nature. As far as the laws I look at what goes on over there when I see what's happening, how females are treated over there. you know, how people are treated when they mess up, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm sorry, indigenous people don't beat their females. That's not a characteristic of indigenous people. They also don't kill either, or burn, or all this other stuff that I see. Also, all indigenous people, they do have characteristics, a lot of the same characteristics. They might not look exactly the same, but they have a lot of same characteristics. Africans don't have those characteristics. Most of the Africans that I see don't have those characteristics. We got 4 heads. They got 5 heads. You know.
So this is
most of them don't have facial hair. We have facial hair. I mean, there's just so many differences. And like I said, the customs are different. Like I said, we didn't until we decided that patriarchy was the better way for us back in the day. But those are things that we didn't practice back in the day. And unfortunately, you know, we've taken on, like Indigenous was saying earlier, we've taken on everybody else's religions and cultures and stuff, and just gave up our own.
See, Nagmeezy, this is all I'm trying to say to you, brother. I know that emotional thing that you said. I know that's what you guys use a lot, but it's not emotion. When you call us black, you are just saying we're dead. We can't move. We need other people to move us. Anything that the term black means, you're putting that on a people. Then when you defend it, that makes it worse. That's why I asked you, what color is that B on your face? And when you said black, and I asked you, well, why you call yourself black? You should have just said, brother, damn. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm not going to do that anymore, because we're not. You want to defend it and try to come up with other bullshit. Nah, dude. That's just keeping the bullshit going. You're not black. Stop calling yourself that. Damn. I mean, how don't you see that? Go ahead, Rick Moon.
Can I say something real quick? We need to get out of this emotional stuff too. We are emotional people. That's what we are. Emotion. What is motion? Motion means moving.
Energy.
All they do is put an E in front of it. We are emotional people. I get loud. I can get loud, very loud. I don't have a problem with it though, because that's how we show our emotions. Most of us do. Most of our people, when we show our emotions, we get louder and louder and louder. And we let other people say, well, stop being so emotional, and we think it's a bad thing. Sorry, I'm not ashamed of my emotion, and I never will be.
No, those are normally people who lying and bullshitting that tell you that. So it's like when I ask a question, you call yourself black when you're not black. Why do you do that? Oh, brother, why are you getting emotional? Dude, I'm just asking, dude, this is what I'm saying, dude. We're not here to confuse the people. We are in a fucked up situation. You have every nation in the world moving in on you, but you're over in Europe somewhere, so it probably doesn't bother you. We have all these people coming over here, and we over here dumb as hell. Dumb as hell.
We playing games, to be honest with you. We have no idea what's coming. And it's crazy. It's crazy how people just assume that everything is a-okay, and they're totally not paying attention. If you're not armed, if you have no survival skills, you don't know what the hell you're doing. I mean, I just don't understand how people are not concerned about what's happening and what's coming. The signs are everywhere. But it's like you said, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so Nagmeezy, what most brothers do Most brothers go against their own self. That's why you have black Greeks. That's why you have black Christians, black Muslims. That check out that black Muslim thing. Study that black Muslim thing. That's gonna teach you a lot.
That's the worst of it.
That
is the worst.
You gotta know this shit. And the thing that I notice with a lot of young brothers, nobody can tell y'all nothing. So okay, you know, it's on you now. You can't sit up and tell people who know better some bullshit because they gonna check your ass. It's just that simple. Mm-hmm. So listen, and this is what African Americans ain't Africans is for. So you know, the people who call themselves African American, black, Negro, color, they're none of that. They're the indigenous people of America. Just like Africa, they got their people over there. Just like Europe, they got their people over there. Just like China, they got their people over here. You act like all these people came over here and it was just an empty place. No, the indigenous people were here. All from Alaska all the way down to Chile. The Caribbean is part of America. South America is part of it. I mean, damn. We just think here in North America, that's it. Canada is of the Americas. We didn't put all these lines and all these things to chop everything up. That's what the foreigners who came over here trying to take your land did. And especially with brothers. This is what I'm saying. This is why your women go with other men, because we too goddamn dumb. We're dumb. And you look at it, it's like you saying now, your land is being overran. Your grandmama's land is being overran by foreigners, and you chilling in the Caribbean, and you want to yap, dude? Please, I don't have time for it. I know you probably do, dude, brother. We're in a situation now that there's many people who say we're not getting out of this. I don't take that road.
Well, I tell you what, these brothers better start thinking about it. See, here's what brothers don't realize. They think that just because they were born with all of that strength, size, muscle, and all that they know. The power is actually with the female. And when you protect them, they are able to do what they are supposed to do a whole lot better. They're able to pay more attention to the children, because that's basically what happened. And I'm sorry to say this, y'all, but this is basically how history went in seconds. The brothers took the white man's patriarchy, started selling the females, stopped protecting them, so the females stopped protecting the children. So that's history in a nutshell. You don't have to believe it. You can get mad, but can't nobody prove me wrong. Try it.
So, brother, that's all it is. I mean, if you want to talk stuff that keeps us confused, go to the Moors, go to all them other groups, brother. You don't see us get our ass kicked over here. You don't see what's happening to us. So you have 2 million of you sitting in cages in jail. Nobody says nothing about that. Nobody talks about what was the cat that got you to integrate into the school? What was that dude's name? Thurgood Marshall. Nobody talks about how Thurgood Marshall's son is the CEO of the prisons. You don't get that. We don't get it. And no, we just want to talk all this dumb shit that we can't even explain.
They got our men in the prisons. Then they were stealing our women and our girls, murdering them and doing God knows what. That's a real thing. Hundreds of thousands of our women have gone missing over the last 10 years. And if that's not enough, I mean, I don't know what else it's going to take. But we have our kids are being snatched by both Africans and Asians and Arabs. They're being snatched and sold, and God knows what's happening to them. We got our men in prison. We got them on the street, or we got them disillusioned, or we've got them, totally like out of the box. So yeah, the situation is critical, and I just don't know how. I don't know how this conversation is not being had, or it's not being understood that the situation is beyond critical. And while most of us will probably not make it, at least there'll be some of us that have our heads on straight. And if that's it, then that's it. But I mean, it's crazy. And then we're being replaced. We're being actively replaced, or strategically, should I say, because all of these Afghans, the tens of thousands of them that are coming here, is not by accident. Just like it wasn't by accident that they left all the weapons there, and now everybody's in bed with the Taliban. Okay, so none of this is by accident. It's all strategic, and we're literally being replaced. But people are sitting there like, like there's nothing happening. Like everything is good. So there you go.
Mo says, and we're being exterminated. We don't see that. So this is what I asked the brothers in the military that's over in wherever they are. You don't see that your people are being exterminated? Well, no. We always, we never get to the point. We never can ask a question and get a question back. But we're going to try that right now. So Nagneezy, what do you have to say?
All right. Well, what I have to say is, when I clicked your link, I clicked with respect, honesty, and told you what my background was. A former Pan-African who went to Africa, realized that we are not the same people. Then I asked a series of questions. When you asked me one question about a color, when I tried to explain to you, then I was cut off. So I didn't come on here with the Pan-African smoke and no. I came here with respect, because when you don't know something, you go to people who know, and then you ask.
So when I asked you, you have black on your face. Why do you call yourself black?
Mm-hmm.
And your answer was?
Well, you didn't let me finish, brother, and that's what I'm talking about.
You came with some dumb shit.
No, see, but here you go already cursing.
Dude, don't stop that bullshit, dude. Damn, nigga.
Yo, my nigga, ain't nobody on no bullshit. You ain't no.
So this is what I'm saying. Dude, I asked you a question. You can't answer it. Why do you call yourself something that you're not? You don't see that confuses everybody that's listening, especially those that's younger than you? You don't see that? This shit is simple. This shit is simple. You don't have to. Why do you call yourself something that you're not? Well, dude, I didn't mean it. I know we're not black. I just say that. Dude, stop saying it. It's just that damn simple. When somebody tells you to stop stealing, stop stealing. All that, well, I was going to stop, but I saw those M&Ms. They look good. Dude, stop. We keep doing bonehead ass plays and act like it's cool. No, dude, we're not black. We're not dead. You say it like, so what? That's what everybody else say. That's why I don't want you to say nothing here, because and then you come with, why are you cussing? Are you nigga? Do you say that when you watch a Cat Williams video? This is what I'm saying, dude. These are the men. So look, we coming up on 2 hours, and I know it's Friday for everybody. We're gonna go ahead and end it right now. Tomorrow we're gonna have Accomack Princess on here. She's having what do you call that, Rick?
Summit.
A summit up in Virginia. You guys got to check this kind of stuff out, because up in Virginia, if you ever hear the stories about them coming up in Virginia, Virginia was one of the first places that they hit. And one of the first places that they hit is where she's from. And when you see, and it's like this African dude told me, he said, man, all them stories they told you was lies. They're lies. And we too far along not to know this. I don't give a damn if you just found out you wasn't a Pan-African yesterday. That's on you. Where we at now, we past that. Check this sister out, how she said, what happened when she went to get her land. Check out what these people, everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows who you are. Guess who don't know? You. Because we always trying to come up with some bullshit so we won't have to explain the bullshit that we doing. That's what's happening. So tomorrow night, Lisa Cypress from the Acamax gonna come on and tell you about the summit they having up in Virginia. You gotta check this sister out and check out all these brothers and sisters that's finding out who they people are and finding out the truth. Go to these counties. Find out where your people are from. All you got to do, go to the counties, and it's going to tell you who the people are from there. That's you go to some of these places in the South. They tell you right then and there. They some of the names of the towns are still intact. We don't want to believe that. We believe we're black. And like the brothers in the 40s and 50s said, if you called their mama black, they slap the shit out of you.
Yep.
Because it's a derogatory term. And we in 2021 and you don't know, and you want somebody to calm down. You better shut the fuck up. Brother, we getting drove. You the way you going now, you may not even be on the planet no more because you ain't here. They might tell you, no, you can't go back. What you gonna do? Stay your ass over there. So please, all that you heard my brother. We're in a really shitty situation, especially with this COVID shit. Really? You just had Tuskegee experiment yesterday, and you still standing up in line to get a shot? You sound like the people trying to explain why they stand in the line getting a shot. That's why I'm saying, brother, I don't have time for it. Maybe other people do. No. So check out Lisa Cypress from the Acamax tomorrow. Come on, y'all. We got to do better than this. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. Check us out at AfricanAmericans.us. Ask your mamas. If your mama don't know, ask your grandmama. If your grandmama's no longer with us, ask her older children. They know something. You got to ask the right questions. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Hey.